Did that give you great joy?
Absolutely.
Good morning,
Hold it,
guys.
it's gonna fall.
Okay. Good morning, guys. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. We're having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. She is your host, Yamicha Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So, what better place to be than here with her?
Can you say that a little? Like I feel like you're talking so soft because I feel like you're whispering.
Because I'm right here in front of the camera. They can hear me great.
Say it one more time. Good morning.
Good morning. Please
Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show.
Stop. You're getting my glasses dirty.
Your glasses are already dirty.
No, they're not. They were actually clean until you just rubbed my Shea Butterfield twist all over my glasses.
But your twist looks so good.
Stop.
Good morning.
I don't have my hat on.
Oh, put your festive hat on. Rosie loves, why don't you tell them what you love?
I love Christmas.
She loves Christmas, and that's falling.
It's okay.
Miss Margaret said good morning. I'm driving. I shouldn't be reading comments.
Well, then don't.
Hey.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic morning.
Not fantastic. I like that word, Rosie. I'm having a fantastic morning. Thank you.
So, this is my Christmas hat. I'm an elf, if you couldn't tell.
Hold your head up so they can see. Rosie loves Christmas.
Anyway.
And now you're sideways. Hold on, because we're taking this curve on 2 wheels.
Okay, that was all 4 wheels.
What did Miss Margaret say?
Pipe down, you two.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Good morning. We was listening to Miss Margaret early this morning. Thank you guys for joining. And
Thank you. I love my hat too.
She wanted a Christmas sweater, and I've yet to.
Kind of upset because I would like a Christmas sweater to go with my Christmas hat.
I'm gonna get you a Christmas sweater. I promise. And some Christmas.
Lord have mercy, y'all have a person tripping over here.
Child,
every day.
I know. We had to stop and get Rosie some lunch.
Okay, let's not do this.
Yeah. We had to stop and get Rosie.
Oh my, mommy, that's her.
What I do?
Drivers are not safe with you on the road, mother. I think that was directed towards you.
Miss Margaret, I was a race car driver in my former life, girl. A true race car driver. Let me tell you.
I don't believe it.
I've gotten us out of many an accident because I was a race car driver. Have I not, Rosie? People driving crazy on the road, and because of our fast thinking, I've been able to save our life.
Oh, God. You see what I have to deal with?
Okay, please carry on, man. Me alone.
Rosie, I know what you have to deal with, baby. I've been knowing her a little bit longer than you. I know what you deal with.
What we not fixing to do is talk about mama. No, ma'am.
You be like my niece when she was small. When her mom used to do something, she used to be like, "Mama crazy. Mama is crazy."
They don't know, Lynn.
But that's okay. You still the Live Past Crazy specialist. All right.
There you go.
All right. Well, good morning, guys. We're just kidding over here this morning. But Rosie, that is a nice elf hat there. I need you to get with Malachi because he have all the Santa Claus hats over here, so y'all can go do this thing. Actually, we can use you on December 20th to help with the photo booth at his school if you're available. If you're not doing your own little singing thing at your school, I know you probably are.
I don't know about 20.
You know, Rosie is always a fan of taking pictures, right, Rosie?
Yeah.
No, I mean taking pictures of the little kids and their families.
Oh no, she gonna want to be in the picture.
I mean, like I can do both.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, awesome sauce. We'll talk about that later, guys. Well, good morning and welcome. Our financial confession and conversation this morning is: he can who thinks he can, and he can't who thinks he can't. This is an inexorable Indisputable Law, and that's by Pablo Picasso. All right, guys. Pablo Picasso said, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. That's all. It's all on you at this point. And the reason I wanted to have this conversation, I know yesterday I said that I would share with you how to improve your cash flow in your finances, but I want to talk about going beyond the numbers this morning. And you're like, oh, goodness, Lynn, this is some heavy duty conversation to have at 7 in the morning, right? But if I don't have it with you now, who's going to have it with you later? So it's on me right now to have this conversation with you and actually look at this. So how do we go beyond the numbers and actually improve cash flow? But before I get into that, I wanted to share a story with you, or basically a scenario. And most financial advisors or financial representatives have been trained in this story and know about the story of these two families. And the two families are the Vanderbilt family and the Rothschild family. Okay. And when we look at Mr. Vanderbilt, we all know Mr. Vanderbilt lived his life. He died in 1877. Long story short, he left $144 million to his family back in 1877. Imagine if someone in your family left you $144 million, right, back in 1877. How could you now make your money, keep your money, and grow your money? So we're going to look at these scenarios between these two different families, the Vanderbilt family and the Rothschild family. So in this Vanderbilt family, the story goes that they came together years later. And even we look at them today, you look at the family members, none of them are millionaires to date. None of them are millionaires today. But on the other side of that coin, if you look at the Rothschild family, and he died in 1812 and left behind his millions to his family. But he said to his family, this is what we must do. There are 3 rules that you have to follow, right? In order to do what? Make your money, keep your money, and grow your money. He set up a system that his family had to abide by. And in that Rothschild family, he said you have to do 3 things. You can borrow money from the family bank, if you will, the family bank. You can borrow money from it, but you got to pay that loan back, and you got to pay it back in interest. Okay. We all know that scenario. We all do that on a regular basis, right? In our different transactions, in our personal finances. The second thing that he shared with his family is that when you learn something about finances, when you learn something about business, you must share it with the family. Any knowledge that you gain that's going to improve, that's going to help you make your money, keep your money, and grow your money, you must share that information with the family. And then the third rule that he put in the books for the family is that you have to have an annual family meeting. So every year the family has to come together, review the goals, and look and see if they're still on track with the family money. And if you go back and look at the Rothschild family, come to their family reunion, guess what? Everyone's a millionaire, right? So if we look at these scenarios between these two different families, a lot of families today are operating in the same schema, if you will, of the Vanderbilt family, as opposed to doing what the Rothschild family is doing. So today, I thought it would behoove us to have this conversation, not to say think outside of the box, because we're of the mindset that there is no box anymore, right? Hopefully, if you haven't joined into that mindset, join in now. But we're of that mindset, or of that thinking that there is no box. So how do we now incorporate this into our own family banking systems? Now, I'm not saying go out there and start your own institution, start your own bank, unless you aspire to do that, right? But and the way that you manage your day-to-day, your budget, your savings, your retirement, figuring out how do you now incorporate these rules in the same way that the Rothschild family incorporates those rules. So in looking at the topic at hand today, how do you now improve your cash flow, right? And one of the concepts that I want to talk about is improving your cash flow utilizing credit cards. You be like, what? Using credit cards, everybody else is saying get out of debt. Everybody else is saying, right? And I do understand that. you do want to get out of bad debt. But what I'm talking about is utilizing credit cards in a positive way that's going to allow you to have some breathing room when it comes to your financial resources. So, the formula that I want you to think about first and foremost today is that you got to look at your income. All right. So every bit of income that's coming into your household, whether that's your paycheck from being an employee, you're self-employed, you get income from, government assistance, whatever the case may be. Everybody's in a different situation or a different circumstance. But look at all of the income that's coming into your household. And what you eventually want to get to the point that you have what's called recurring income, right? And recurring income is a concept that many of us are familiar with. The most simplest form of recurring income that you should be aware of, because I'm America's #1 financial rebound coach, is that when you talk about stocks. A lot of stocks out there provide dividends, right? And dividends basically is the percent of interest that a particular company is going to pay you on a stock based upon their earnings. Okay, whether they pay those quarterly or annually, whatever that company does, right? You have to read into it to see what it is based upon the value of that stock. So any recurring income, or a more simplified version of recurring income, is what happens in your bank account. If you have money in your checking or your savings account, every month the bank determines, right, based upon the amount that you've had in there on the average daily balance, right, what is the amount of interest you're going to be paid on that money. So if you have a certain set of money that's in that account over every month that carries over, you can count that as recurring income. Now, yeah, I know that's a weak example because banks don't pay that much interest inside of their checking accounts and savings account, but that's the type of account that most people have, right? If you don't have stocks that pay dividends, right? Those recurring opportunities. Or if you don't own a property that's paying you as opposed to you paying for that property. So recurring income. So any income that you have coming in, you need to take your income minus your expenses. That's going to equal your cash flow. I minus E equals C. All right. Income minus expenses equals your cash flow. And when you look at it from that perspective, go ahead and figure out what that is for you. What we do, and I'm telling you something that we do in our personal finances and in our business, okay? Because we utilize the credit cards, because credit cards help you to do several things, guys. Credit cards, even though they get a bad rep because people do not utilize them correctly, credit cards are great for record keeping. Why are they great for record keeping? Because every transaction that I use with that credit card, I get a monthly statement that comes to me so that I can actually go in there and organize those transactions, are usually organized for me. So you can utilize credit cards in a way that's a reliable method that's going to help you improve your cash flow. But you have to recognize and identify that I have to stay within this amount that's my income to subtract my expenses so that I can realize cash flow. So how does this work? Let's say you make $5,000 a month, okay? That's what you're bringing home, $5,000 a month. And in looking at that $5,000 a month, that's your income. Let's say your expenses are $4,500. That means your cash flow would be $500, right? Oh, he does? Okay, cool. And well, tell him I said hello and shout us out sometime, all right? So, guys, when you look at this, income minus expenses equals your cash flow. If you go in there, you look at it, the income is $5,000. Your expenses is $4,500. Your cash flow means you would have $500 left over, okay, out of that particular example. So you say, well, how do I improve my cash flow? Here is an opportunity, guys, if you have credit cards available to you. Now, there are a couple of caveats. You have to have You don't have to have balances on your credit card. You can have a small balance on there, but you cannot have an exorbitant of balance on your credit cards. And this strategy, I typically suggest or recommend this for people who are using 10% to, if you're using 10% of your credit card, that's good. All right. 10 up to 30%. Okay. If we have to push it. Now, if you're over 30% utilization in your available credit, then this is not going to work for you at this time. So I would recommend you getting it below that 30% utilization. Try to get down to 20% or 10% credit utilization, and then use this credit card method to help you increase your cash flow. So then what do? Now you will start paying all of those same expenses that were coming out of your bank account that you were paying cash for. Now you're going to start paying for those with those credit cards, right? You're going to take those $4,500 worth of expenses. Well, maybe you can't pay all $4,500 of it. Maybe $1,000 of it is your rent or your mortgage. And you need to take that $1,000 and they take that directly out of your bank account. That's okay. You still have $3,500 that you can now potentially charge to your credit cards. By charging those expenses to your credit card, guess what, guys? You get some breathing room. Your cash flow now increases from $500 to $4,000. And you say, wait a minute, Lynn, how did that happen? Because you now have breathing room, because when you utilize the credit card, you get the 21 days or the 30 days. And some, even with business credit cards, some of them give you 45 days, right? To be able to pay that month off and be on time. So you can utilize that as an opportunity now, but you must keep track. And the reason I said it's easier to do it this way is because the credit card companies make it easier, because they're going to provide you those monthly statements. They're going to do the record keeping for you. They're going to give you, right, the transaction disbursement, right? They're going to organize the types of transactions. I don't know if you paid attention to those pie charts that are usually on your account. They'll tell you this was used for food, this was used for transportation, this was used for X, Y, and Z. So you'll see the different things that are comprised within your spending, but it also allows you some breathing room so that in the event something does happen, you will have an opportunity to now go. You have those $4,000 sitting over there that you can now access. But the thing is, as you're going through this process, good morning, Carl, thank you for joining us. As you're going through this process, that you stay on top of this. And while you've now given yourself some breathing room, you don't just stop there, because remember, the whole goal is to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money. Now you have to figure out what are the opportunities that you can now use to continue to grow your money. And you'll say, well, Lynn, hypothetically, because I have more cash sitting in my bank account, I'm growing my money. Yeah, it's growing at a snail's pace, but it's kind of sort of growing, right? For the moment, we're not going to take into account inflation and all of that, because that then ultimately reduces your spending power. So now you have to figure out what are those opportunities that you want to now, that are of importance to you, that are goals for you, that are priorities that matter most to you. What are those things that you're going to now focus on that are going to help you achieve those results? Why? Because who thinks he can, and he cannot, who thinks he cannot. It is an inexorable, indisputable law. I can't speak this morning, but truth is truth, guys. That's by Pablo Picasso. So make sure, you guys, you go beyond the numbers and you start looking at these opportunities to increase your cash flow. All right, guys, I'm Lynn Demons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yeah, I said it, America's #1. Thank you so much for tuning in for this episode, guys. Go beyond the numbers, increase your cash flow. Don't be like the Vanderbilt family. Join in with what the Rothschild family is doing. Take those 3 steps into account. If you were not on, let me summarize really quickly. The 3 steps. Remember, Rothschild left millions of dollars behind for his family. Vanderbilt left millions, hundreds of millions of dollars behind for his family. Vanderbilt family doesn't have millionaires today. Rothschild family, all of them are millionaires today. Why? Because they had a system of three things that were required. The three things, I shared those with you. If you take a loan, pay it back with interest. Hopefully you are aware of that. You know how that works. Number two, if you learn anything, if you gather any knowledge about finances and businesses, share that with the other family members. And then, of course, the third thing that he said, guys, is you must have an annual family meeting to make sure that the family is on track with the goals that they have. If those need to be modified, modify them, etc. So guys, go out there, learn from those lessons, and increase your cash flow. I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yeah, I said it, America's #1. I also wanted to invite you guys to get off the bus. If you have not started your own business, but you are interested in looking at that, you say, hey, Lynn, I want to look at that. I've given you some strategies that you can utilize. It's not a full-blown strategy, but I've given you some steps to get started. That's a free masterclass. Go to bit.ly, get off the bus 19, bit.ly/get off the bus 19. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in on this Wednesday. Yeah, it's hump day, but we're going to achieve results over here if we do what we're called to do, guys. So go out there and increase that cash flow and get your, not to be all focused on money, but get your money on, all right? All right, over to you, Miss Co-host.
I've been doing that, Lynn, but I didn't know that that's what it was called. Like, when I took my credit seriously, that's what I started doing with paying my bill. I didn't know that that's what it was called. So, hey, go, JoJo.
You so silly.
I'm so proud of myself. It worked. Let me tell y'all something. It gives you some breathing room. It gives you a lot. And I will share this with you. Courtney had a serious health scare these past 2 weeks. And we had, we were biting nails health scare. And we had to come up with, even though we had met our deductible, the procedure cost some money. And luckily, I had that little breathing room where I had some cash flow to be able to do that and not die. And so it works, and it comes in handy because Lynn wants you to what? Keep your money, grow your money.
Make your money, keep your money, grow your money. All right.
I just want to stick to the growing and the making, please. Thank you. Well, I need all of it. I gotta keep it. I need all of it. So, guys, make sure you check out Lynn, and what's that, bit.ly, talk to Lynn if you have some questions about where you want to go, especially with your investing and all of that good stuff. So make sure that you check out. Now, I feel all grown up-ish now. I feel real good. And this little boy about to back right up into my car if he don't straighten up. He's straightening up. Okay, guys. So y'all know this week I was talking about getting new friends, that I need a new group of friends, and I gave y'all the 7 things that I was looking for. and I figured like I would take each one and break it down. And so one of the most ones that was really important to me, and it's called purpose partners. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for purpose partners, people who have a purpose in their life, and they understand that, and it's true to who they are in their core, and they know where they want to go with it. And I'm not looking for a person who is just finding out their purpose. I'm looking for people who we're on this journey together, and we're at a different leg of the journey, and maybe not the beginning stage. And so this is the way I see it. So one of the things was I was looking for somebody who could let me see what I saw up here. So somebody higher than me. And so Lynn and I, we may be that for somebody else. So if you're looking to change your circle, if you're looking for some new friends, you got the Rebound Coach, you got the Live Past Crazy Specialist. So what better place to be than here with us to start your new circle out? I'm just saying. But I know, okay, I am looking for purpose partners who do not have limitations on their thinking, and they're growing and where they want to be. And then I came across this quote. I don't know who said it. I didn't get that far. It says, limitations and boundaries only exist at the places where you stop going beyond. And
Mm.
so for me, that simply means if you're on this journey and you cannot go beyond what somebody has done to you, what your family has hurt you with, what you know, if you can't go beyond what you see, if you can't go beyond your current circumstances to see a different future, then you will always stay. Y'all know I'm going to tell you, you're going to stay in your crazy. You and your crazy about to be bestest of friends if you are not already bestest of friends. So when you're on this journey, take off the limitations. When you first start out, it's kind of hard to not have those limitations always present because your brain always wants to keep you safe. Remember, and I'm a firm believer that your daily habits are taking away your free will to think. Y'all
Right.
know I say that all the time, because if you get up and you do the same routine every single day, all day long, your body does not need you to participate at all. It doesn't need you because it knows exactly. Well, we know JoJo's going to get up. She's going to complain. She's going to get the kids ready. She's going to get out the house. She's going to complain about traffic. She's going to get to work. She's going to complain about the people at work, what they ain't doing, who think they the boss, and who doing this. Then you're going to try to complain because you don't have nothing for lunch. You didn't want that. You're going to eat it anyway. Complain about the traffic going home. You get home, the kids on your nerves, your man on your nerves, your mom and them getting on your nerves. Then you want to fuss at everybody till they take a bath. Then you're going to try to sit down and watch your favorite TV show, but you can't because your mom and them calling you. And then you finally go to sleep. And that's your routine every single day. And so don't laugh, Leah, because you know, right? And so as soon as you start to go past your limitations, as soon as you go past beyond what you're currently thinking, your brain will say, wait a minute, JoJo, this ain't on the routine right here. So if it's not on my routine, I can't do it. So you're fighting the old you with the new you when it comes to your routines, and it's taking away your free will to think because your brain is not thinking right now. Because why would it have to? Because you've shown it over years that you're not changing your pattern at all. That's why it's hard. People, when they get older, say it's hard to go back to school because I ain't been in school forever. Well, that's because your brain has gotten used to that routine of doing nothing. And so when you try to start to do something, your brain is like, wait a minute, boo, this ain't what we do. And your brain wants to keep you safe. And so it's gonna remind you of every time you've tried to do something different that you failed. And every time you tried to do this, it didn't work. So be mindful of that. So I'm looking for purpose partners. I'm looking for people who are ready to go past that, who are already past the limitations of where they circumstances have set them at. Like, I know my student loans are there, and thank God, woo, the balance is going down. Praise Jesus. I'm looking for some purpose partners that can help take me beyond what I see up here so that I can see it here. And I think we all should be looking for purpose partners for some aspect of our life. So if that's a purpose partner for your relationship, if that's a purpose partner to help you do things differently in your finances, if that's Lynn to help you live past crazy with your money, if that's me to help you live past crazy in your relationships, in your life, whatever it is, try to find your purpose partner that's going to encourage you. Because here's the thing with these purpose partners, I'm asking for a lot, but now I'm in a position to give exactly what I'm asking for. So it has to be two ways. It's a privilege to be your friend, just like it's a privilege to be my friend. And when you get to that point and you start to seek out those purpose partners and the people who you think that you want in your circle, it's not as hard. I know I sent out some emails and made some phone calls and had some conversations with some people. And at first they thought, JoJo, you might be crazy. We know that part. That's why I'm the Live Past Crazy specialist. We already know that part. But I'm looking for a board of directors for my personal life. So I call it a new circle of friends. You can call it board of directors for the people that I want in my life. So I'm looking for a new board of directors for my circle. You know, I need people who have traveled where I haven't traveled because that's where I want to go. I need people who are making the money that I want to make because I haven't made it yet. I need people who have been in business longer than I've been in business so that I can see what they're doing. And so I'm looking for those purpose partners to help me achieve that. So I encourage you today, guys, to think about your circle. Number one, are they helping you get to where you want to go? And some of us have fabulous friends, and I don't want to do away with my fabulous friends. However, I'm looking for a new group of folk that's doing different things. Limitations and boundaries only exist at the places where you stop going beyond. What are allowing you to stop you from going beyond? Is it your mama now? Because let me tell you a story, and this is going to be it for the Fearless Morning Show. There were times when I did not want to do something because I knew it was going to hurt my mother's feelings. I didn't want to have a conversation with my mother and my sister and them because I knew they couldn't comprehend, because it ain't not slow comprehend, like, because their thinking is not my thinking, so they can't comprehend your dream on your dream level. They comprehend their dream on their dream level. So I had to have the tough conversation with myself first. Why am I allowing this to be a limitation for me, somebody else's life? And before you know it, you will have redefined your entire life and lived your entire life for the people who surround you and not for the people who are, and not for yourself. How about that? Then here you'll be at 43, mad, or not even mad, but frustrated because you're not where you want to be because you have built your life for your mama now. Or, you know, their expectations may not necessarily be yours, or your expectations are different. But because we want to please them, so because we love them, we love and respect them, right? That doesn't mean that we don't have to live our lives. It just means that we respectfully respect them and that we continue on this journey ourselves. So please be intentional about that today, guys. On this Hump Day Wednesday, this Make It Happen Wednesday, find you a purpose partner. Find somebody that's going to encourage you, that's going to uplift you, that's going to celebrate you for real, that is going to help you see things that you see here, but you need to see here. So think about that today, guys, as we close out the show. Y'all know I'm looking for purpose partners, and I will be opening up this bookstore. I keep asking y'all who gonna help me open up this bookstore. So I'm waiting for y'all to call me and say, JoJo, I'm gonna help you open it. I already got some names picked out. I need a location and I'm ready to go, because I got the book. What I got is plenty of
What you have to say, JoJo, you have to tell them specifically what it is you want. I want you to provide X, Y, and Z.
There you go.
I need you to X, Y, Z. So
I'm gonna get y'all a list.
I want to help you open the bookstore. Everybody say, okay, I'll help. But then that's the end of it. They'll say, I'll help. But that's the end of it. So you got to be specific in what it is that you need help with. I need you to go pick up some boxes from down at wherever, the distribution center, and bring them to XYZ location. You got to be specific in what you want. Because people will be like, okay, I'll help you. Well, she ain't never tell me what she wanted help with. I told her I was going to help her. Right?
And some people will say it in word only. Let me get y'all a list. Hold fast. I'll get you a list by tomorrow morning. Don't even worry about it. I got you. I'm going to get you a list by tomorrow morning. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining the show. We appreciate you. Please make sure you share, because sharing is caring. If you know somebody who needs to live past crazy in their life and their finances, send them on over here to the Fearless Morning Show. Lynn, you want to give them your information one more time before we close out?
Yes, guys, there are opportunities. If you're ready to go beyond the numbers and continue making your money, keeping your money, and grow your money, there are 2 opportunities. Go to bit.ly/getoffthebus19. That's so you can get a free webinar. It's instantaneous. All you have to do is put in your name and your email address and then start viewing that immediately. Or if you're ready to have a conversation, you go to bit.ly, that's bit.ly, B as in boy, I-T as in Tom, .ly/talk to Lynn. Capitalize that L in Lynn, all all right? L-Y-N-N. It's the normal way you spell Lynn. Not L-Y-N-E, not L-Y-N-N-E, not L-I-N, no, L-Y-N-N. All right, guys, that's it for the America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yeah, I said it. America's #1. Go ahead over to those 2 links and check us out. All right, Miss Co-host.
All right, guys. Thank you, Mr. Valerie. I will sure. Don't worry. I don't even know if there's gonna get work done at work today, but I can't say that I'm presenting the senior leadership. Can we say JoJo got caught? So y'all know I love to talk, and so they asked me to present the senior leadership today. I was like, oh, okay, because I'm your compliance officer. Okay, I sort of left the presentation at work, so I didn't go over it. Yeah. So, but I'm gonna be ready because it's up here. I'm gonna be ready.
Okay.
So
we
after
must
that
be ready.
I will. After that meeting, then I'm gonna make the list. How about that? Then I'm gonna make the list. All right, I'm read this quote one more time, guys. Limitations and boundaries only exist at the places where you stop going beyond. Please stretch yourself a little bit today, guys. Please stretch us, because you can look at people and wish, man, I wish that was me. It can be you. There's no difference between you and the next person. You have all the things that the greatest of men have had. 2 legs, 2 hands, 2 feet, and a mind is what you put to work that counts. So put your mind to work today. All right. I'm looking for purpose partners. I encourage you. How about that? To find you some purpose partners today. Who's going to help you live out your purpose, live in your purpose, and who can you help in the process? Because giving is the best part of the receiving part. You've got to be able to give as much as you receive. So think about that today, guys. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, we do have a YouTube channel. So make sure you go over there and binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows. I forgot what I say, 260. I loaded yesterday 261, so today we'll make 262. So binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. They are by topic and title. So you can just scroll down, and all you got to do is type in Fearless Morning Show, and me and Lynn's smiling face is going to pop up just like that.
I like this.
Yeah, I like that. I can't pick the thumbnail for it. It's just not friendly over on YouTube picking them thumbnail. Yeah, I be like this. And one time, I look like I'm rolling my eyes. Lynn talking, it like my eyes is all the way up there. It picks whatever picture it wants. It's all right. Send somebody over there to binge watch the Fearless Morning Show. All right, guys, I hope you have a great and wonderful Wednesday, and we'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning at 7:15. Have a good one.
Signing off.